Hello and welcome to the show that teaches you the things your parents, the PTA, and the asleep don't want you to hear. The Helios blog. Today, Mikhaila Peterson tells all about her relationship with Andrew Tate.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
As we all know at this point, Mikhaila Peterson never lies. So let's see what she has to say.
Getting fairly tortured on Twitter about this Andrew Tate thing. Are you okay with addressing that?
Sure.
Okay, so I think first, before we get started, and I only want to talk about this once because I'm very bored of this, delve into this too much, but I think a bit of clarification on my end. In 2019, I was in Germany, and Andrew Tate bought me tickets to...
Okay. Let's look at Jordan's body language during this story, and Mikhaila's. Let's see what we see.
Fly to Romania to go discuss business, and then fly back to Canada. And the reason I went was because in 2019, when you Googled Andrew Tate, he came up as a millionaire kickboxer.
By the way, business in the horizontal mamba position.
He had ideas about a subscription platform for me and for you. And I think part of the way, because of how I grew up, I basically said yes to opportunities, and I didn't see a reason to not go.
I didn't see a reason to not go and get laid.
Talk to a millionaire about how he made money. And I also got the benefit of a ticket home. And I was also already in Germany. So I didn't see a reason not to go. That's also probably partly because I used to say yes to.
Let's see a girl rationalize every single thing she does, never admit responsibility or take accountability.
Any opportunity, which I also think is part of the reason why I'm successful now. So anyway, I went there. From my experience...
You think a genius dad buys the story?
I met Andrew and I met his brother Tristan. They were very nice to me. Like, they were nice to me.
Also.
We had a fun time. The reason that there's a rumor online that we hooked up or we slept together or something, that didn't happen. I've told people that
I did not have sexual relations with that. Oh, man. Hilarious.
Numerous times. It's not like I was a
People
20-year-old girl like enamored.
Versions online too. It's one of the things I've really seen that troll demons like to go after women on that front, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. It's really vicious, nasty, backbiting behavior.
And it doesn't matter what I say. He's dispelled it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I haven't really commented on the situation because when I went, they were nice to me. Like, I actually had a pretty good time. He drove me around in his Bugatti and we saw castles, which was a weird experience. I remember telling him, he was a very, very, very smart person. And I remember telling him, you kind of remind me of a human shark. I don't know what it was, but I was like,
She's attracted to him. It was, you see? She admitted it. Right there. Guys, for girls, respect is love. That's the thing that they don't tell you. But respect is love. So, there it is.
Interesting. I don't know if it's your eyes or something, but you kind of remind me of a human shark.
Jordan's expression.
That was it. And then I flew home.
Stop the cab.
So that's the story on my end.
Yep, stop the
Now,
cab.
I wanted to address that because people have been bothering me on Twitter for like 2 years or 3 years because of pictures of us smoking cigars or having a vodka or something because I did. And it was fun. But that's it. That's the story on my end.
Let me know down below in the...
That's the story.
Mikhaila, I want to play you a tape. This is from a podcast in which you talked about getting divorced.
It was very, very difficult to get divorced considering what my dad talks about. It made me stay in a relationship longer than I should have. I don't agree with the more conservative story of divorce that people are being told. I think being in a relationship that's not good for you, I think you should get out of that relationship.
Interesting that. Let me ask you, Jordan, when you heard her say that, did you feel any responsibility that she may have stayed in a very unhappy marriage for too long because she didn't want to upset you because of your views?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'm able to let my children handle the complexity of their own private lives, knowing at least, I think as I do, that that's a place where only fools would go.
Oh my lord. Yeah. Just the amount of tripping over your self-rationalization is crazy.
And I had faith that she would sort things out, and so I was willing to give her space. I mean, I believe in committed marriage, and so at that level of generality, obviously I have objections to the breakup of a marriage, but I have faith in my daughter, and so I believe she's oriented to find her way, and finding your way is a complex process, and I'm willing to stand back and watch her and to provide whatever help I can along the way, but also not to interfere too much.
Mikhaila, you're remarried now, right?
Yes.
And the name of your second husband
is Jordan.
Jordan Fuller.
You cannot make this crap up.
Conspiracy theorist, psychologist.
Funny, I know he does.
You ended up marrying a man named Jordan. Should I be reading anything into this if I was a clinical psychologist?
Oh, I have no idea. Like I said before, I don't know how the world works.
Beta male.
I don't think so.
My secretary is named Jordan too.
This is very weird now. Everyone in your world is Jordan. This is like being in Barbie world.
Okay, that was actually funny.
Well,
Mikhaila,
that's
let me ask
especially
you.
true with Mikhaila because her husband looks like Ken.
Is that true, Mikhaila?
Yes. That's like 100% true, yeah.
I want to play you both a clip. Your dad's had a lot of feuds with people. Some he starts, some he doesn't, some he just gets picked on for the sake of it. There's a lot of feminists who he winds up very successfully because they're very easy to wind up. One of them is Caitlin Moran, who's currently in America, and she's using your dad a lot, ranting away about him. And here's one clip of her talking about your dad.
He's the worst.
He shared a piece to his 10 million followers.
Jordan's the worst.
In which I think I do a pretty good demolishment job of his entire career and oeuvre. The advice that he gives is either the kind of stuff your mum would say for free, like make your bed, pet a cat in the street, or mad stuff about lobsters. I didn't even go to school, let alone university, and I was halfway through his book going, I'm fairly sure I can demolish a great deal of the logic in this book. This guy is not the smartest guy in the world. He's just a man in a waistcoat who sounds, to be honest, a bit like Kermit from the Muppet Show.
Yep.
Kermit from the Muppet Show.
How many ad hominems? I like Jordan's expression. He's like, you can tell he's about to burst out laughing. Yeah. How many ad hominems can one person throw?
Well, that's true. I do sound a lot like Kermit from the Muppet Show. So that was the one thing she said that was accurate.
That's not even her joke, though.
No, it's
That's
not.
not clever if you steal it from somebody else.
No, it's an old joke. But it was a good one when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of her?
Sounds like she'd be fun at a party.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Zing!
As your mother, yeah.
Yeah.
Mikhaila,
I bet her
do you think,
kids
Mikhaila,
didn't
that
make
people
their
like
bed.
Mikhaila, do you think people like Caitlin Moran, do they just basically misunderstand what your dad really is about?
I don't even think they're capable of understanding what he's about. There's too much arrogance there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be that arrogant and assume you know everything and then read something and learn, or read anything and learn.
Indeed.
Right?
That's why you don't cast pearls before swine, dear.
That's hilarious.
You know, Jordan, my sons, as I think I've told you before, are all big fans of yours. And they just said to me, they got one question, which, what advice do you give for children who are the children of controversial public figures?
Well, you know, Mikhaila has leapt out and taken the opportunities that came along with that in the public way. My son Julian is a more private person, and he's chosen to erect barriers around his family and not to face the public as much, although he has played his music at my lectures and he works with me. I think, you know, each person has to find their own way. There are great advantages to having a tremendous amount of...
Jordan basically has a family business and all his kids work in it. That's what it sounds like to me.
...attention devoted to you and having people offer opportunities, but each person, depending on their own temperamental proclivities, has to figure out how to manage that themselves. And it's complex, but it can work. I mean, Julian, Tammy, and Mikhaila have all reacted to that in their own way. It took Tammy a good while, like the rest of us, to figure out what her place was, so to speak, but she's really managed that. And Tammy is out in public much more than I would have thought she would have been. You know, if I would have guessed, if I would have been able to see into the future 10 years ago, she's become quite an accomplished public speaker, for example, and she certainly didn't think that was in her cards, in the cards or in the stars. But things come at you, and you surf the wave, and you're happy for the opportunity. And Julian and Mikhaila and Tammy have all adapted in their various ways, and I think at the moment that's working like a charm.
And Mikhaila,
So,
if I asked you,
hooray.
Mikhaila, obviously the family's gone through this extraordinary 6-7 years or more now, involving some extraordinary challenges for you all personally, which would have happened anyway, or perhaps not actually in your dad's case, but certainly for you and your mum. But you've come out and you're got fabulously wealthier as a family, I guess, than before this started, fabulously more famous than before it started. But if I had the power to transport you back to anonymity, without the fame, without the extra money and all the rest of it, would you take that deal, or would you be actually quite happy where you've all washed up now?
Oh, there's no way I would take that deal, even with everything we went through. I was talking to my husband the other day about why I'm interested in making money versus why he is, and he said he always liked expensive things, basically. And I said, I'm like decked out right now, but I also didn't mind buying things from thrift shops and decorating my room that way. I didn't want to feel vulnerable anymore from not having enough money. And so my yearn to be successful was always so that I would be less vulnerable, so that...
Again, it's funny, but girls, like, they, it always comes down to materialistic things, right? That's just how it is. Girls are nesters, right? Okay, let's see Mikhaila on Fresh and Fit here.
Oh boy. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Shout out to Andrew Tate.
Okay, I cannot believe people are still asking about this because it was 2018.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. He has like this huge, or at least at that time, he had this huge setup in Romania with like a pool, and then his brother was there, and other dudes that are just constantly on computers doing work for him. Yeah, Tristan and Tate. And it was interesting. It was interesting. It went like, there's a lot of controversy online. It was like, oh, you guys hooked up, did that. We didn't. I was interested. He flew me over, and I said yes because I'm here. I say yes to things. Like I say yes to everything, right? New experiences anyway.
Yeah, so you say yes to everything, but you didn't say yes to beautiful man's. Yep, totally. It's it's all above board here. I won't question it.
Opportunity. I say yes to opportunity. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be where I am. So we went and saw castles in Romania. Literally, like a monk gave us some whatever they were drinking, some alcohol they were drinking. Literally,
was it
like, no, it wasn't. It was definitely. But like, we drove out there in one of his insanely expensive cars. Went to see a castle.
45 plus?
Yeah, 40. Yeah,
and a Bugatti.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I told him he's the person I've met that he looks like a human shark. Like if you look at his eyes. No, I literally told him this too. I was like, you have like shark-like eyes. This is crazy.
It's the same story the same story that she told the news. She told Fresh and Fit as well. So it's a rehearsed story.
And then yeah, we drove and saw a castle. I was there for like a day.
What was
and
the
then
response to that? I gotta know the response.
Yo, same talking point.
I think like slight entertainment. I don't know, slight amusement. I don't know.
You
Anyway,
slapped it off.
yeah. No, it was good. It was fun.
Okay. Awesome.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
man.
because I know the people are gonna want to know. Oh, what happened? What happened? So
Nothing happened. I saw castles.
Yup. Stop the cap. Rehearsed speech.
Lamborghinis and all the other shit you have in the West.
So
but it's just all in all, it's a better vibe for me personally.
So going back, and this is going to be my last question about Mikhaila. You have nothing to do with the website. You're not associated with it at all. You just met up as friends, talked for 45 minutes. You have no hand in this website. It cannot be traced back to you.
None.
Now,
if you find a link, good luck.
When you saw her, you know these websites. You're the master at this stuff. When you saw that she was charging $599 a month, do you think that's a fair price? Did you think she went a little high with that?
I don't know how much she's charging. If that's what she's charging, I think that, free market capitalism will decide if it's a fair price or not. That's what free market capitalism does.
Well,
So
only
it's not
20
to me
people.
or her.
Only 20 people have joined, and it's been almost a month now. Would you say that's a success or a failure?
Depends what her goals are. Maybe her goals aren't money. Maybe her goals are having 20 dedicated people who are really fans of the Lion Diet, and if that's her objective, she's completed it flawlessly.
Okay.
So it all depends on.
So that's all I
she
could
plays.
get out of you about Mikhaila.
Afraid so, friend.
Okay.
Afraid so.
So I want to let you know everything I was saying was a setup.
So he's pretty evasive. Doesn't it sound like it?
I was kidding. We do not like you at all. Obviously, you're a goof. However, I will say this. Your eyes, looking at the man in the eye right now,
they're alluring.
you actually, because,
I can
this is
see
all a
why
gag.
people fall for
Obviously,
you.
you're a fool. You're a joke. Okay, we are all laughing at you. We're going to be making fun of you for years to come. But I'm looking at your eyes. You actually seem like a very sweet young boy.
What the? What is this? Yeah, and you can see Andrew's very, he's not expecting to be spoken to that way. You can see he's pretty insulted by that.
Almost in your eyes. You're not a scary scam artist. Gotta look at your eyes. You almost look like you're gonna cry.
How old would you say I was when you say young boy? Do I look
27.
No, I'm older than that. But
Well.
that's good. It's good that I look youthful.
So we saw you do a spin. You don't have to worry about us. Listen, we're after Mikhaila. We're not after you, okay?
Hey, I'm not worried about you even if you are after me, friend. I mean, I've had
course.
much bigger platforms than you come for me, and it's
Of
resulted
course.
in nothing but positive.
Of course.
So
Sit
there's no
up,
fear here.
sit up, clean your room, and fuck off, faggot! Goodbye! You've been punked. Get out of here.
That was
Look at his face.
shit. That was wow.
You're still here.
That was their attempt at that was rubbish.
Well, he looks a bit uncomfortable the way he's moving around.
You're finished. Oh my god, there he goes. Andrew Tate, everybody.
What the?
Oh shit, here he is. All right, let's unmute.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen that exact God.
No! Oh no! I owe this guy a bundle of money.
Stomach having a short dick, jerking off, watching my girls pay me money. I'll find it. I'm watching you. I'll find your fucking username.
Let's see.
You want to come here with your fucking stupid ass beard?
Oh no, this guy's
hands waiting for you.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh my god!
This is a huge misunderstanding.
Yeah, tell your guy, hey, come on, man, we don't. This is incredible. We might just have to Skype now, don't you think? See, he's hearing me now. So we are on a
How do
delay.
I call in?
We're basically Skype. We could call in.
How do I call in? I want to talk to him.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's set him up with the Skype. We'll go to break. We'll set it up. We'll do the call right now. Sounds good while we got him hot?
I don't know what's happening here, but okay, we're going to skip.
I think we're screwed up here. Yeah, you know what? We have been following this Mikhaila Peterson for quite some time. We saw that you had something to do with it, And I went off in that video, the one that you watched today, and a bunch of people, they kind of course corrected me because they go, dude, you're usually always right here, but you're wrong about Andrew Tate. He's not like what you think. It's not like a scam. He's actually, there's a lot of people that are onto this stuff and they actually like it. It works. So my apologies there for that miscommunication. And hopefully you could give me a fresh start here. We could start over.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the internet's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I was live on YouTube and someone said, hey, this radio station are calling you a dickhead. And I was like, oh, well, that's you. That's how it normally goes.
Typical.
That's what normally happens.
Yeah, because
And
it,
now here I am.
it
But,
happens to me all the time, too. They think they know me because I sound like something that reminds them of something they hate. And then they go off on me, but they're really going off on like a version of me that they think they know. So I could totally, and I'm sorry. I apologize for what I did.
You know what? I'm very much a proponent of, if you're going to be on the internet, you have to be thick-skinned.
Exactly.
I don't believe in cyberbullying as such. I'm very, very prepared for people to say all kinds of horrible things about me, and I'm prepared for it, and I don't take it personally. And I think that's the only way to healthily approach the internet. I think
Seriously,
any other way is.
Amen to that. So what we're interested in here, though, is because obviously.
So here, by the way, based on his expression and body language, he looks uncomfortable. He looks like he's been caught flat-footed. Like he hasn't
obviously,
prepared.
you just had this meetup with Mikhaila Peterson in Romania. She actually flew to see you.
She was in Romania anyway.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I'm not going to give away too much of Mikhaila Peterson's business. I know.
No,
that's
of
probably
course
the most
not. No.
interesting thing.
But how did you guys meet? Because it's such an unlikely duo.
Is it?
I think so. I
Some
mean,
people just, everyone just kind of knows each other nowadays. We live in one big neighborhood, you know, the internet, blah blah.
well,
It's
you
just
were,
how it is, isn't it?
just so people know about your background, you were a former MMA fighter. Is that right?
I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
Kickboxing. There we go.
And
I
kickboxing
just
world champion,
started
and then
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I just started myself. I'm really into it right now. It's really taking the world by storm right now. So very cool to talk to somebody who knows that world.
yeah, it's a difficult way to make a living, but I did it for a very long time, and then I retired from fighting professionally, and I ran a webcam studio. So I was
A webcam studio. What kind of thing was that? What's that?
I wouldn't call myself a pornographer because it's not really porn, but you know, like the girls who sit on the internet and sit and talk to the guys.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a studio. I had about 75 girls working for me.
75?
Yeah.
Oh fuck
Are you
yeah, dude.
hiring?
So you're like ranking it in.
Well, I was, for a while. I mean, when I fought, I made money, but I became a millionaire from webcam. So,
That's what, okay, because I was just going to ask you, what was it that got you started on the whole, because you see the videos, and at first, again, I thought they were silly, but then I see your live stream, you're not faking it. I mean, obviously, you've got the fucking money. Here you are in your house. You've got guys working for you. You got assistants walking back and forth across the screen. It's you're not making this shit up, you know?
Well, yeah, I like to call myself the most legitimate guy on the internet because I know the internet's full of scams and, like, you know, people rent a Lambo and they say things that aren't true. But my story is pretty legitimate. I mean, and it's all verifiable via Google. You can see I was a fighter, and then the webcam thing, et cetera, and I've kind of ended up here. And then the courses, I put the course business together, teaching people things because it was just questions I kept getting asked over and over again.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, well, there might be a service here, and then I put them out, and it is what it is. And I was talking shit on YouTube. Fast forward, here I am.
Yeah, and the controversy probably gets more people to pay attention to it.
Well, that's the point
in the first place, and have them sign up and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I like controversy. I think there's no such thing as negative press. So, I'm very prepared for the lion's den.
Well, the lion's lair, yeah, very good. So Mikhaila comes to Romania, and why does she meet with you? What's going on with you and Mikhaila?
Nothing's
The horizontal mamba.
going on as such. She's in Romania anyway. She had some business in Romania, and when people come to Romania, I'm probably the only Westerner on the internet that they know. I think if anyone came to Romania, they probably think, Tate lives here. This is a strange place to be.
How did she know about you, though? How did she know who you were?
That's just the world. We live in one big neighborhood, bro. People know each other.
You're right.
People know each other.
So she comes to you.
You messaged her online on Insta. That's how she knew.
Now, did she have this idea for the Lion's Lair group before she met you, or did you guys kind of work on that together?
That's nothing to do with me. That was all her idea.
So she comes to you, but does she ask for advice on like how to make a site that is enticing, that gets people?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing to do with me.
You didn't have any conversation.
I know you guys are hoping for some big conspiracy story, but really there isn't one. She was here for a couple days.
Well,
we had dinner and that was it.
So what we're confused about is we have that picture of you two, and that picture is saying a lot of stuff. There were a lot of people going, dude, they fucked. They fucked. She went to Romania to fuck this dude. You could see it. Her hair is all messed up. They fucked, man. They fucked. And I said, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine a female in my company without, wanting Big Daddy Tate.
Let me ask you this. How does she look in person? Would you have, fucked her if the opportunity came up?
She's a very attractive young lady, but we are purely platonically friends, and I put the picture up knowing it would send everyone a bit crazy.
Yeah, and it did. It did. Now, how does she rate compared to the girls that you usually roll with, out of 10?
Oh, come on. All right, okay. That's a good ending point there. All right, hit the sub, hit the like, hit all for notifications, drop me a donation. Like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M, Bobby, Dylan, Renaissance Press, Brian, and Andrew. Shout out to you, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. My Patreon can be found at patreon.com/theheliosblog. Go there and sub. If you'd like coaching, I'll help you out. Message me at theheliosblog@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.